Hey, welcome back to The Daily Dose, the pharmacy podcast where we chat all things drugs, meds, and everything in between. I'm Will.
And I'm Matt. And today we've got two special guests in the studio. Monique, a pharmacy expert, and Ollie, a researcher who's been right in the thick of developing today's featured drug.
That's right, today we're diving into Paxlovid. You might have heard it called the COVID cure, but let's find out what the science and our experts actually say.
So look, we know COVID isn't in the headlines as much these days, but Paxlovid's still getting a lot of attention. Monique, what makes it stand out?
Great question. So first up, Paxlovid isn't a preventative. It's used to treat people who already have mild to moderate COVID and who are at risk of getting something worse.
Right, so not something you can just pick up at the chemist.
No, it's a prescription only. A doctor has to assess your risk and decide if it's right for you.
Okay, but then if I take Paxlovid, does that mean I can skip the booster?
Not quite. Vaccines are still super important. They're the foundation of prevention.
Okay.
And actually, one study from the US found that people who had both at least 3 vaccine doses and Paxlovid had the lowest risk of severe COVID.
So it's not an either or, it's a team effort. Vaccine plus Paxlovid equals the best shot at staying out of hospital?
Makes sense. So tell us, how does it work? And how did this drug come about?
So Paxlovid got FDA approval in May 2023. It was the 4th COVID drug approved, but the first oral antiviral, which made it a big difference. Paxlovid is a combo of 2 pills, nirmatrelvir and ritonavir.
Hang on, that first one's a mouthful. Can we just call it NERM?
Absolutely.
100%.
Much easier. So you take 2 NERM tablets and 1 ritonavir tablet twice a day for 5 days. And ideally you start within 5 days of symptoms showing up.
Alright, Monique, how does it actually work and why do we take 2 pills?
So NERM is the main fighter. It stops the virus from copying itself by blocking something called a protease. Basically, it slows the virus down before it spreads through your body.
And the other one, ritonavir, what the hell?
Ritonavir, that's the one to boost NERM. It keeps NERM in your body longer by slowing down how fast your liver breaks it down. So you get a stronger, longer lasting effect.
Got it. So everyone can just take this and treat COVID like a sniffle now, right?
Unfortunately, not quite. Because ritonavir slows down liver enzymes, especially CYP3A4, it can interfere with lots of other meds.
Wait, so if I'm on other medications, what happens?
Well, drugs like blood thinners or clozapine can build up to unsafe, toxic levels if taken with Paxlovid. So if you're on other meds, your doctor needs to carefully assess your risks.
Alright, Ollie, let's talk research. Has Paxlovid actually been tested properly?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of solid data. One of the biggest studies looked at over 180,000 high-risk patients. Paxlovid reduced the chance of severe illness or death by 46% during the Omicron wave. That's massive, and it didn't matter if someone was vaccinated or not, though it helped the most in older adults and people with chronic conditions or suppressed immune systems.
Love that. Now, for the science nerds in the crowd, what did the preclinical study show?
Yeah, it was this really interesting study out of Italy. Before Paxlovid was tested in humans, researchers found that NERM could block the virus's main protease, which the virus needed to replicate, and ritonavir helped keep NERM active for longer. That early data helped shape it into a practical, oral treatment that works across different COVID variants.
Sounds like there's a strong case for it. Any big side effects or surprises?
One of the biggest concerns has been COVID rebound, where symptoms come back after finishing treatment. It's known and it's being studied, but the NIH says it's manageable. And honestly, rebounds have happened with other COVID treatments too. It's not just unique to Paxlovid.
Yeah, I actually saw something on Sky News and rebounds happening a lot.
Yeah, it is getting some media attention, but the bigger issue right now is that Paxlovid doesn't seem to help with long COVID.
Wait, what exactly is long COVID?
It's when symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, or breathlessness stick around for weeks or even months after the initial infection. Right now, researchers are trying to see if Paxlovid can help with that, but the jury's still out.
So how are you tackling that?
We're looking at different things, timing of dose, tailoring treatments to specific patient groups, and even combining Paxlovid with other therapies.
So maybe Paxlovid isn't a one-size-fits-all COVID cure. It's more like a piece of a bigger puzzle?
Exactly. In fact, ritonavir, one of the components, has been used for years to help manage HIV by reducing the risk of developing AIDS. Researchers are even looking at using it for hepatitis C.
That's huge. So this drug's got a bigger story than we thought.
All right, that's probably all we've got for today. Big thanks to Monique and Ollie.
Yeah,
that was a
thanks for coming.
super insightful chat.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.